Greetings, everyone. Do you think Malcolm didn't know what he was talking about? Do you think Martin Luther King didn't know what he was talking about? Do you think Mandela didn't know what they were talking about? And of course, let's go home. Do you think Marcus Garvey didn't know what he was talking about? I have listened to many of his speeches and I've read many of his speeches. And there was a consistent theme. There were times when you could tell that he was so disillusioned with his own people. He was so fed up with their low frequency and the low kind of vibration that they emit. And in 2021, I always say to people, choose your battles. Make sure whatever you're fighting for is something that is personal to you and your family, because you can't help these ones in our community, And so we hear, about this one against this one in our community. And you often hear that there are these ones on the outside that is causing the problem. But the truth is, it is about us. These problems within our community are revealed not because someone penetrated their border, but because they opened the door and they are so trustworthy and they're so enamored with their masters. Forget about former, because that's foolishness. I'm doing this video because I'm going to say to the few of us who love ourselves and is saying, before I build you, I'm building myself. Before I bow down and worship you, I worship the God in me. Okay? You cannot trust people in your family. You can't trust friends. You can't trust people in our community for the only reason because over time they have demonstrated that they're not to be trusted. Not because they're built that way or there's anything in their spirit that is created that way. It's just how they choose to be. But if I'm going to say I don't trust someone in my community, I'm also going to say the same about others who have clearly demonstrated over the years that I cannot trust you. I cannot lower my guard because you have always had the opportunity and always took the opportunity to harm me. So my trust is going to be based on my relationship with people who prove over a long period of time that they're trustworthy. And as an African person, I know that our people will do and can do things to betray their own in pursuit of temporary joy or opportunity. Because most opportunities that African people get is not long lasting, to be honest with you. Now, I'm talking about this right now because I am not going to be saying the things anymore. I'm going to be showing you. It's about participant observation. And I'm going to ruffle a lot of feathers. And if you're a new subscriber, you need to read the About section so that when you read it, you can decide if you want to subscribe or you want to unsubscribe, because I appreciate my followers. But the truth is, if they stay or go, it's a personal choice. And I do believe that when you get what you come for and it's time to go, I can't be sad. I won't be sad. If you stay with me, I appreciate you and we gel together and I say blessings to you. But when you decide to go, it's the same too. I love you same way. I still love you and I still appreciate you. And no amount of venomous remarks or comments on my comment section is going to stop me. Because guess what? I'm not speaking from the tip of my tongue. I'm speaking about experiences that I've had. Experiences built over decades. And one thing that is sure, we are very dangerous to ourselves and to each other. and that it will never ever be difficult for us to stay and be brought into captivity because of our mindset or psyche. Now, that video with Moko, this is one of the issues we have in our community. We don't think for ourselves, number one, but secondly, we don't listen. So you see, the ancestors used to beat those drums and communicate with each other across the miles, and the people recognize the sound and they would take caution, or they take instruction from the beating of the drums. The women wearing the cane row in their hair, used to communicate with each other without words. We have lost that nonverbal kind of communication these days. And so we got a lot of people just floating around, a lot of empty shells. And the truth is, see, when these ones come, they're looking for somebody who look like them. The skin color must look like them. They are very empowered against their own. And so perhaps they think that Jenny is somebody that they can come out here, run out and bully. What's happening with that video that I talked and asked a question? Is this man being exploited? A question. It's not a statement. And a video that clearly stated that this man that came from Canada would have worked in Jamaica with this person for over 10 years. And therefore, I could not say that this man was exploited because nobody does anything for free. I clearly said that. I clearly stated the obvious. I clearly talked about what the man opened his mouth. The Rasta man opened his mouth and said. I asked questions. And I said to this point that I'm holding some of my own personal opinions to myself. Now, if you read the comment section, and people, it's very festive over there, the comment section is festive. And it's reminding me of my video about Black American, being the weakest link. Remember when I was saying that? And yeah, a lot of people came out, half hated it, half loved it. I would not be surprised if the majority hated this one that I put on social media. Because whenever the issues of race come up, or anything to do with you, being concerned about another African, if it's a Black person, you're going to have people run out and condemn the brother or the sister. But how dare you talk about the former slave masters' pitney? They're going to come for you. How dare you? It's that mindset why we are in danger. And so, like I've said, all these organizations that run out here claiming that they're protesting and whatever, it's all hogwash. Because at the end of the day, they don't care about nothing as it relates to upliftment and empowerment for the most part. They're just saying that, as I have clearly demonstrated over the years, that Black people don't want respect and don't want the freedom that they claim they want. They want love. They want acceptance. And so if they think they might get it, even if someone's standing in their presence, the fact that the individual standing in their presence, they feel enamored, they feel so honored because of it. I'm going to say this also. I have seen over the years Black people, Jamaican people going to prison for marijuana. And I look and see the biggest marijuana exhibition in Jamaica brought in by the same individuals who told them that it was bad and that it was evil. And even Rasta men in Jamaica that I respected, bigging up the thing when these guys were keeping, this, whatever you call it, and showing how the weed should be used to make clothes and shoes and whatever, forgetting that Marco Dean died because of a spliff. And yet these ones were able to come in and keep big thing and made millions of dollars, even as Black people still languish behind bars to this day. So the video that I did when the man was beating the little Black girl, I had all these Black men come out and said she deserved it. And I knew within myself that there's absolutely not one Caucasian person who would support one of their little girls being abused. Now this stupid thing is going to say I can't say that, and maybe there's no comments. But I'm going to speak anyway. You can't comment. Comment on the other one in Jamaica. The other one I did with the Rasta man. Because I mentioned one of those words that's banned. Understand yourself. And understand that I'm going to continue to provoke. I'm going to continue to do these topics so people can see themselves. For the ones on that video who recognize the thing and care about the Rasta man and ask questions, you have every right to ask questions. Because sometimes there are people in our community, they don't know better. And so because they don't know better, there's always going to be persons to take advantage of them. I clearly stated in that video that some of the ones that were coming out to criticize these two men, the one from Germany and the one from Canada, they were also wanting to use the Rasta man. I clearly said that, but nobody seemed to hear because black people don't listen very well. For the most part, they don't listen very well. They're ready to fight the black face as soon as they see you. And meanwhile, they're coming out to fight you. They don't see what's coming up ahead. The thing is scary when you see it. Be guarded. Be careful about being around some of these individuals. You don't have to worry about someone from another place. You have to worry about the ones that you even come out to defend. Because as you're coming to defend them, they are coming with the enemy to attack you. Okay? I'm enjoying reading all these comments. Bless up to the ones who got the point and understand that we ask questions to provoke response. And whatever response is there, you accept them. But I'm doing this follow-up video because it's scary, especially with a conversation I had with someone today. Really a person close to what some serious things happening. And it's very scary, some of the stuff that is being revealed. And it's not revealed by people in my community. And telling us what we need to be seen and understand in this time. I love Jamaica. And I love my people for the most part. But I'm telling you, I'm very wary. I'm very leery because of the mindset. All these great people in the past tried to teach them, but they didn't learn nothing. And that's why every other group on this planet will continue to grow and climb to new heights and build a sort of shield around themselves. But our people will always and forever remain in a place where folks are creating new ways to control them. It's not an accident, and it's not a lie that we were involved in our own captivity then, because we are now. And the strength we have against each other, if we had used that collectively, we would be great. Listen, I'll be doing more of these videos. They need to be done, if not for any other reason, to remind myself that no one can break your walls unless you allow them.